So we start with that breaking news, and a court in Kigali has sentenced the man whose life inspired the Hollywood film Hotel Rwanda to 25 years in prison on terrorism charges. Paul Rusesabagina is credited with sheltering and saving hundreds of people during the country's genocide in 1994, but he fell out with the president. So let's go straight away to Kigali. Malcolm Webb, our correspondent, standing by there. Malcolm, tell us more. What's been happening?
Well, the judges have been reading out their judgments in this courthouse for the last 6 hours, and they've just got to the verdicts. And they said just a short while ago that Rusesabagina is guilty of the various terror-related charges that he was facing, and that he has been sentenced to 25 years in jail, along with 20 co-accused around him who've also been found guilty of various charges and given jail sentences, but lesser jail sentences. But Rusesabagina himself isn't in the courtroom there. He refused to turn up, and he's done so for the last 6 months of court hearings because he said this trial wasn't fair. That's something that's been echoed by international observers as well. So he hasn't attended any of these hearings, and his supporters, including his daughter, who we spoke to a short while ago, completely rejected this trial. They say it's not legitimate at all.
What recourse might Rusesabagina have, or is that it? Is there any room for appeal here?
Yeah, there is a possibility for the prosecution or for the defence to appeal this judgment within 15 days. We don't know if Rusesabagina or his lawyers intend to do that. I mean, they've rejected this entire process by virtue of not turning up. So we don't know if they're going to engage with it from here on. But the other criticisms of the process by international observers have included the fact that the evidence submitted, and there was some evidence that Rusesabagina had been involved with opposition groups and some armed groups, but they said that evidence was never actually evaluated in the court, that key witnesses weren't allowed to be cross-examined by the defence, and so legal experts had said that any verdict that came out of here would lack credibility in whatever the case.
All right, Malcolm, thanks for that. Malcolm Webb there in Kigali on that guilty verdict.